3. Let's go.
Welcome to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast.
Let's go. Balcony AUX Chord.
Balcony AUX Chord.
Welcome back to the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. You're back again with me, Mark, and Findy. Welcome back to the music circle. We have a special guest and the first reoccurring guest as well. We got Matt Young. We have such a low budget, we don't have any sound effects.
We just make the sound effects, bro.
We just gotta make them. We
Just gotta make it.
Yeah.
Matt was our first guest, and
now
is
he's our last. We're actually
and
retiring.
he's our last. We're
Yeah, this is the
retiring.
last episode.
I'm kidding.
You gotta go out while you're on top. Very good.
You gotta go out while you're on top. Well, we have 20 views. We gotta go out while we're on top. Let's go.
Let's go.
You know what though? I know a lot of people who are fans of you now, Matt, because they listened to that episode and they were like, "Yo, like this guy
sick.
Matt is like so talented." And
He's
like,
the
I listen
guy
to his
from the
stuff, and, like, I'm
show.
a fan now. I'm like, "Yo, yes."
That's awesome.
So, dude, I'm so happy that you're back with us again. Before I even go anywhere, I forgot to tell anyone who's new to the podcast what we are. But we're the Balcony AUX Chord podcast. We talk about, life and philosophy and, anything, but like using music as a launching point for discussion. It started off on my balcony. We would just, chill every week and, catch up and kind of listen to music and all that stuff. So anyhow, I guess the prime reason why you're back is because you have a new EP, my guy.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? It's called Water.
Yeah.
For anyone,
It's called
yeah.
Water. It's loosely based on
Loosely based on water.
loosely based
It's
on the
loosely
element.
based on water.
Yeah. I wanted something calming and very mellow.
Mhm.
I just like that kind of sound.
Mm.
It's a compilation of like some of the music I made over the pandemic.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of it was co-written with Ariana, my friend from
Mm.
the Philippines.
You're friends with Ariana Grande?
Yes, Ariana Bernas, but also
Ariana
Ariana Grande.
Bernas.
We go way back, like way back.
Close.
Yeah. It's very like slow tempo, very like mellow, very. It's like touching some soft rock influences that I got put onto like the past 2 years. I think, I was making music in a certain vein before
Yeah.
that, and then my friend showed me like a lot of like AOR and like soft rock stuff, and I just kind
What's
of got into
AOR?
it.
What's AOR?
It's like album oriented rock. It's basically like when rock was like pop, but then they made it quote unquote soft. Like smooth jazz, how people call some people label things like smooth jazz, like Bob James. But it's like it's smooth, but it's like it has really complex umami harmony and very accessible melodies.
The return of umami.
Or the return of umami to talk about music.
It never left. What do you
It
mean?
never left, bro. It returned to
Yeah.
our podcast. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you like this is another question, is like when you were making it, was there sort of like a, let's say like an arc, like in terms of like the lyrics or like the themes of like what you were talking about? Was there like is it like about something, or is it kind of like a compilation of like a different thoughts and ideas and stuff like that?
I feel like it's a compilation of different feelings that tell a certain story, or yeah. I think when I create something, I don't think too much about it. The best things, at least, I don't have any preconceived like it's gotta be this thing. It's gotta be that thing.
You just kind of just make it. Do you just make it and then put it together?
Yeah, but like as the more I create, the more I see what goes together, and then I put them in their own little package, and I put a bow tie on it, and then I give
And
it
then
to people.
you give it to people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the first question is like, I mean, you started with Air. For anyone who hasn't, checked out Matt Young's work, check it out. Search out Matt Young, go listen to the shit first.
Nice.
But his first project is called Air, and I'm guessing the theme here is the elements, right? Why was the next step naturally like water for you? Like, why wasn't it the other ones? Like, what kind of like happened in your life, or what was inspiring you to like kind of like try water out?
Well, in Avatar, The Last Airbender, it's Aang. So Aang is an air nation, okay? And then the first book is water.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, let's do that. That sounds good. But if you want to like analyze it or whatever,
Yeah,
it's like healing, And I feel like water is I'm from the Philippines. Like we got 7,107 islands, so I have like this natural affinity for water. I like showers. I really enjoy warm showers, which is not a good thing.
Good to
about
know.
it,
Good
but-
to know. I didn't think you like.
we got an exclusive. Matt Young likes showers.
Matt
I like
likes
showers, dude. Yeah.
He loves
Golden
showers. Not golden shower, bro.
Not golden shower. Sorry.
Not golden shower. And so it was water. What do you think ties water in together? Like there's how many songs are there on the EP again? 6?
They're 5.
There are 5. Yeah. What ties them together? These 5 songs.
I feel like, I mean, musically, you could almost say it's the same chord progression, but just in different keys and
big fan of that.
And in different ways of saying it. Like, I'm gonna pull up my keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, you hear that? Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, it's basically, and then,
but it's just different variations of that, and that's Air.
It's different variations of that, yeah. Like, and different keys, and then some have like modulations. They go to different keys. But I mean,
sick.
who cares about that shit? You know what I mean? Like,
no.
it's
What do
just
you
the
mean?
feeling that you get. No,
That's
but
kinda cool.
like, it's like harmony. It's like harmony, but like,
Yeah.
it's just a tool. It's like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And I just thought like that chord progression had this certain like vibe, and I wanted to expand on it and just see the different possibilities. And I got Ariana in. We talked about like lyrics a lot. She really helped me out on that end. In terms of like actually creating a narrative instead of like words, you know. And I'm not trying to like be like words. I'm just kind of like putting my ideas down and seeing. And it's just nice to get someone else in on the process, because I don't like spreading my creative energy too far. Like, especially with my own music, I like having a small circle of people I trust. And like, it's just really nice, and refreshing sometimes to just have another person to like bounce ideas off.
To bounce ideas off. And Ariana was on all of the tracks, right?
Yeah, she contributed to a lot. Like, I think the most was Trouble, and then like I just showed her like some of the other tracks I did. Like Bernie's Ballad, also she really helped out on that one.
Bernie's Ballad is my favorite one.
Yeah,
on the EP.
Me too. Shit. I agree.
Yeah, Bernie's Ballad was like something else, man. I don't know. Like, this shit was crazy.
Is this for Bernie Sanders?
Bernie Sanders, yes.
Or is this for Ariana?
Socialism.
Is Ariana's, I mean.
It could be for anyone, really. Anyone named Bernie. So,
You just
his
thought
name
of
is
the name
Bernie
Bernie because
for
it was a
you.
cool name, or
Well, no, it's actually
No,
it's
it's
Ariana's nickname.
Bernaz?
So
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, her.
Ariana
Yeah,
Bernas, Bernie.
yeah, Bernie.
Yeah.
That's
I kind of figured that
sick.
out.
I didn't figure it out.
kinda
I didn't figure it out. I
kinda
just put the
figured
two and two together just now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
But yeah, that's sick, man. In terms of the chord progression thing, do you remember like okay, like I'm not like comparing you to this person, but what's
Stevie
going
Wonder?
on? No, like you know what's going
Marvin
on, Marvin
Gaye?
Gaye? How
Marvin
he just
Gaye?
had yeah, what's going on?
What about
Mhm.
him?
And then he was just like in that whole album, it was just like it was the same notes or the same chords, and he just did it differently in every song. You know what I mean? Like what's going on?
Oh.
Like if you listen to that,
Yeah.
it like me and Mark talked about this album before, and we were just like, that's what we like
Mhm.
about it, was that it was like sonically like coherent in a way where it's just like
Yeah.
it was playing the same thing but in different moods.
Mm.
Yeah.
It felt the same song, basically.
It felt like one big song. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, I remember studying, and I mean, like Marvin Gaye is like one
Yeah,
of
of
the
course.
greatest of all time. Like
Yeah,
he is literally like defying the blueprint, you know, and like
Yeah.
a lot of artists that we all look up to. Like
Yeah.
it's something about their body of work is like very cohesive, and I think part of me growing is learning how to create that cohesion as well in my own music. So I definitely remember at one point like just playing along to what's going on, like the whole album.
Yeah.
Just listening to it and being like, wow, this is is it's very important. If you haven't listened to it, you should listen to it.
Yeah, I agree.
They still like it's applicable to today.
Right. Matt, like what song came to you first? Like when you were writing this project, like when you were making this, like what song kind of like I was like, okay, this is a good point for water, because like
Yeah.
gotta start somewhere, I think, right? Like what was the first song?
The first song I recorded was Trouble, but it didn't feel like a project until I had like, I think Whatever was like the point where I was like, oh, like, okay, I can turn this into an EP. Yeah. Yeah, because I actually recorded Trouble like a year ago. I just had like a quick demo that I sent.
Oh,
to
right,
Ariana
yeah.
with like the melody and stuff. And I was like, oh, like she sent me something. I was like, oh, that's dope. And we had like the hook in really quickly.
Right.
Then we kind of just like let it sit over like a couple of months, and we just kept building because like we have a lot of like other songs that we haven't released yet, but then like we just kind of wanted to build, and I think after Whatever, which is I think the second song on the EP, it felt like, okay, well I could see like an arc because they're very similar, you know. It's just like, you know, it's like just poppy kind of drums and
no, I feel you, man. I feel you. Like when I sat through my first listening of the EP, I was like, yo, like this feels like you're like going down like a stream of some sort, and like there's like multiple like feelings of water, you know, because water can be very like it can vary quite a lot, and like it feels like you're like kind of like highlighting those different like states of water, I think. Like in one of them it felt like very like, you know, like a rapids kind of like you know, like not chill, like the opposite of chill, like something more like upbeat, you know. And then the other parts it felt like very still water, very like, you know, I think Bernie's ballad is one of those ones, I feel like very gentle, but like to me like it felt like it felt like a progression, if anything. Like you said, like there was a arc to it. Like I'm not a lyric guy, so I was like, I sat and listened to the lyrics the second time round. You know, like the first time was all about the vibes for me, so I was like, oh shit, yeah. And then the second I was like, oh, oh shit, these guys be writing.
How would it usually go, man? Do you just like make a beat and then whatever you think, you send Ariana a couple and then she's like, oh, this one's dope? Like
yeah,
how-
it started off like that sometimes. Like I'm already all about the process, so like I don't
Okay.
want to do the same
I
thing
don't like
twice.
the process, guys.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I don't
It's
like it
about
when
the
I release it.
process.
I like
Like,
the
you know,
process.
like
Is the process the same for all of them, or you just kind of mix and match, like whatever works kind of thing?
yeah, whatever works. Like you can't force something into the
Yeah.
same box every
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
or you'll
yeah.
just be repeating yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Is it sometimes
it's
like
not-
Ariana is just like, oh, I'm looking for this, and then you make her that? Or is it mostly just like, oh, here's like 5, let me know what you think? Or is it like,
Yeah, for the most part, we have been like, you know, like just sending ideas already formed.
okay.
Mhm.
But we've also tried, and I've tried this myself, like writing songs from the keyboard, and then you know, for some reason it feels like it's a very old. It's like weird because everyone just makes music via beats, you know. But I think it's also very, very like powerful form of writing because you can make decisions that have a larger effect. It feels like brush strokes, like broad strokes, you know.
Yeah.
You can create like arrangements by just thinking about them instead of being like, oh, I have to program like the drums or I have to program like things to be like this. It's a lot more like seamless and like organic, you know. I think this next I'm just thinking about that because like a lot of my favorite writers write like that. So yeah.
Right. I guess my follow up to that would be like I think you mentioned the genres that kind of like inspired this this EP, but like what specific songs or like artists like that you were like hearing during like the writing process of this that kind of like inspired you or like maybe like gave you some ideas here and there? Did you sample anything?
No, I don't really.
No,
I play
right,
every
okay.
instrument. Yeah.
Okay.
Ravina, I think. Was
Oh,
like
really?
Oh shit.
one-
Okay.
Yeah,
Why?
definitely Ravina. Well, I mean, like her whole project, her get up with that producer. I forgot.
I
His
don't
name.
know the name. It's fine.
But
It's fine.
it was so dope. Like that project was like really dope. I saw her live like I think 2 years ago or 1 year ago when she came here.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it just was like a nice vibe. It was definitely more feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see
But,
that now.
yeah,
It's
like-
very like watery. You're like watery, like Ravina, you know?
Yeah.
Huh. Who else? Just Ravina?
Well, no, there's a lot. Who else? I mean, like I haven't thought about it in a while. Oh, I guess Fleetwood Mac. A little bit of Fleetwood
Oh,
Mac.
really?
Interesting. I
Yeah.
wasn't even thinking. Cool.
And this year I really got into Fleetwood Mac. I was actually
Was
listening
this because
to-
of the TikTok shit that came out and made
I
them
didn't even
popular
know
again?
that was happening. No. I didn't even know that was happening.
Fleetwood Mac. Do you make a cover of a fucking Dream? What's that song?
I do
Dream
have Dreams. Like I did a cover, like I recreated the
That's
whole
very funny.
thing. And Ariana's actually singing on it.
Yeah.
Which is
That's pretty sick.
dope.
Sick.
If you DM me, by the way, I will send it to you. Because like a couple people have, and
Yeah.
I mean I'm never gonna release it, so
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a fun
Yeah.
That's sick.
little experiment, little thought project.
mhm. Yeah, I learned a lot from that actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you
I tried some
like
different
to
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like it's like you're always Matt's always like listening, like he'll play something and play along to it on his piano.
Oh.
Mhm.
This
So,
guy,
you-
genius.
You you seem to do that a lot. Like what like in terms of like the process, what do you think? Do you learn from like playing along to these and you get ideas and stuff like that?
I think that's a really good way of learning
Mm.
music instead of like reading. I'm really slow at reading, so like I rely on my ear a lot, and I think it's a good thing, to be honest. I think reading something can limit your imagination to some extent. I mean, like,
interesting, because people have said the opposite of that.
Reading music.
Like people have said like the opposite. Like when they're like, oh, like if you read Harry Potter, it's like, you know, your imagination takes you places where like the movies can't take you. That's interesting. Okay.
No,
That's
but I see
fascinating.
that point. No, I mean, if you're applying it to music, right? Like,
Right.
I think not being able to read has helped me be able to speculate how something would sound like without actually hearing it. If that makes sense, like I can like think of a progression and then like feel like it would feel a certain way, and then I would try it out on the piano, you know. But I think at the same time, reading can be important, and I should learn it at some point because
Oh really? You don't read like notes and stuff like that?
No, I
As
just
much?
play by ear.
You just play by ear, right?
Yeah.
Do you
But,
ever
like, reading
learn
is
to
important,
do that?
you know?
Like in terms of like in school and stuff, like band? You play
Actually,
guitar for
I was a
band?
really terrible music student.
Really?
Growing up. Yeah. I had really terrible compositions and like
Like you didn't like
Yeah.
theory and shit like that?
I did not like theory. Well, it was all classical music.
Theory's boring.
But here's the thing is like I wasn't studying things that I liked. And I think I got really passionate about it once I started
Just doing it?
like trying to learn things that I liked, that I enjoyed, you know?
Yeah. Once no one forced it on you, it felt
No
very
one
fun.
Yeah, it felt very
I
like
agree.
natural.
Whenever people force stuff on you, it's like, nah, man, I'm not feeling
Yeah.
that. I'm not feeling
Nah.
that.
But here's the thing though, like
yeah.
I feel like I like a lot. I talk to a lot. Like a lot of my friends are Asian, right? A lot of Asian kids were like forced to like play piano and shit when they were young.
Yeah.
And then now everyone I've talked to is like, I'm so glad my parents forced me to like go take piano lessons. Because now they can like, you know, jam with their friends and shit like that. So I don't know.
Oh, they have to be pretty good then. They have to be decent.
Yeah. Like you know, like sometimes like, you know, parents like you like appreciate the shit that they force you to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we should. I mean, maybe it's like, yeah, you gotta appreciate what you're given because you're really lucky. You know,
Yeah,
we're all really lucky.
True.
I wish my parents kind of forced me to stick with one though, because I dabbled in a lot, too many, to the point where like I know the basics of everything, but not really good at anything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's one thing I wish I didn't do as a kid. But I think this will be fun. Like since you have a keyboard behind you, what chord progressions or sounds kind of remind you of water, man? Like from like maybe you can take this from like your own EP or like something that like you just like had on your mind, like things that you kind of like play like subconsciously or something. I don't know, just like just an idea. Like what sounds like water to you? Maybe you can like maybe we can talk about it.
Yeah, like I mean, if you've heard it, right? Like I put out a project labeled Water, and I think those chord progressions sound like water. A lot of like. Yeah, like this kind of. And then, how did it go? You know what I mean? Like the major minor is very like.
Findy, what do you kind of see when you hear those chord progressions? Like as water, in the context of water.
I think for me it's like the effect, like wong wong wong. It sounds
Yeah, it's
like
also the effect. It's definitely that as well.
Yeah, like it's like the muddled shit. Like it feels like, you know, when you're like when you hear something and you go underwater and it's like muddled, the sound is muffled. I feel like for me water is like muffled sound, you know.
This sounds like, you know, when you're like floating in the pool or water, and then like your face is like facing up, right? So you're breathing, but then your ears are underwater. It feels like that's the feeling I get from those chords.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a two-part thing, right? There's like the sound that inspires like a feeling, and the harmony that inspires a feeling as well. You know, and not just that. Like there's also like the rhythm, like the groove, like how does
Yeah.
you know
The groove is
that's
the
so
groove is like
important,
important
you
to
know.
me. Like I think water is like more. I feel like water is less
Water.
predictable.
Water.
Water is like less like
Water.
yeah, like it's less it's less like you know like how do I say it?
Calculated.
Yeah, it's less calculated, less
It's not rigid. Yeah.
It's not rigid, but I feel like Earth is.
Yeah.
Like Earth would be like 1, 2, like you know, like
Yeah. Stability.
like that. But water is like it's like flowy,
Mm.
you know. And fire is all over the
good
place.
point.
Fire and air, I feel like, are all over the place
Yeah, you know.
in terms of
Something
rhythm.
about yeah, rhythmically, like I mean, water it felt very stable. Bernie's Bow barely had drum. I don't think does it have drums? It has no
No,
drums.
I don't think it does at all.
Yeah.
Actually, like
Yeah,
or very minimal. You know.
it's very minimal.
Yeah, man. I'm just thinking about that now. I can't wait for your Earth one then, because I feel like it's gonna be like super like beat driven. It'd be cool.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it's still kind of like kind of thing, but like yeah, definitely it definitely feels a lot different.
Yeah, man.
sure.
I can't wait. Damn.
You think,
I get me excited just thinking about it.
You think the sound is related to the element, or is it not going to? Like for Earth, you think the sound is gonna be inspired by the element of Earth, or is it just gonna be called Earth, but like sort of like you just have like it's just a compilation of
metaphoric.
yeah, like that kind of thing. Cause I feel like water did sound like water, in my opinion.
How about like we'll just wait till you hear it and then you be the judge, you know?
And then I'll be the judge. Yeah,
I just do my thing, you know. I'll just do what I do, and
yeah.
Right.
you know.
Yeah, well, but is it like a conscious thought though? Is it a conscious thought to be like, yo, like this is water chord. This is a water chord. Therefore, I'm gonna make it. You know, it's gonna make it into the EP. Like what is it a conscious process, or is it just like a whatever comes to me and then I'll be like, oh yeah, that water EP.
Yeah.
In terms of like the micro decisions, I don't stress about that so much. I think it's important to make broad strokes, because if I get stuck
Too caught up
in like
Yeah.
you know, it can be hard on your spirit, you know, because it's like you're gonna be super critical. You can't really be critical of yourself. You can't judge your art, you know, like you can just do it. It's a symptom of like, you know, the process. That's why I keep saying that shit. Okay,
Process
but
is the
it's
process.
important because it's like if you judge your stuff, then like you're never gonna share it with someone. You're not gonna show it to someone.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be and like it happens. Like it's not like I don't judge my music sometimes. Like if I show Effendi something, sometimes like I think he's seen like the entire evolution of this. But like when I first showed him stuff, I'd be like, oh, like listen, like it's not mixed or mastered, or like it's
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That shit is like you don't need to do that. Like
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, now you're just like, yo, just listen to this, man. Like, let me know.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
don't even
like,
like say that if
here's-
you're working on it. I think you just listen to it.
Here's what I made. If you want to listen to it.
yeah,
Here's an
'cause,
MP3
like,
file. Listen.
yeah, but in terms of like, is this a water chord or whatever? Yeah, sure. I
Right.
think about that like in hindsight, but not
Oh,
as I'm
really?
making it.
Oh,
interesting.
yeah.
Because then it's important to have like the critical like part. You have to be critical at some point and be like, okay, what's good, what's not good, you know.
Mm.
But when you're actually like capturing a feeling,
Mm-hmm.
don't think about it.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Okay. Shit.
This is that.
Wait, is that
Yeah.
Nintendo?
That was like I think the Final Fantasy like battle sound
Oh, really?
jingle thing.
That was like some Super Smash Brothers or some shit.
Choose your fighter. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. I guess this is a good progression. I mean, I know you don't think about it when you're doing it, but I feel like as a listener, I think we do. I feel like we as listeners we're quite critical of things naturally. So like I think the next progression of this conversation is like what songs remind you of water? Like me and Affinity have had this discussion before, like kind of in the Avatar episode of Affinity, if you remember. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, Matt. Like what songs and why do they remind you of water? Yeah, I mean, Finny, you too. You know, like everyone's kind of just brainstorming.
I can't think of
First of
any.
all, what qualifies to be a water sound in like the very conventional sense, like not in the Matt Young context anymore. Let's talk about
what is objectively water.
Yeah, like when you're listening to something, you're like, oh shit, yeah, that's so water. Like that's
water.
a water sound. Like
the feeling, man. It's the feeling of the song for me. It's just like water is go with the flow. That's what it feels to me. A song that's it when I listen to it, it's like a song that I listen to when I'm biking, but like I'm not trying to get anywhere. I'm not really trying to get anywhere. That to me is water. Like I'm just biking for the sake of it. Like if I'm in that mindset, the song that I play will kind of remind me of water. But like you know, like if I'm going fast, like I need to get somewhere fast, then I'll do like a more like upbeat, fast paced song so that I can like be like, okay, I gotta get at the gym at like 7. You know, that's in 15 minutes. I gotta get there in 15 minutes. So then I'll put on something that's like, okay, yeah, you know, go, that kind of thing. So for me, it's like the mood. If it feels like go with the flow, then I associate it with water. Yeah.
I agree. I mean, obviously, it's definitely the vibe. I was just thinking, like, in terms, like, more specific, in terms of, like
sonically?
Sonically, but also, like, songs, if you can think of any songs. Like, to me, like, something that comes to mind is All My Way Home by Michael Franks. Yeah. And, like, it's because, like you said, it's, like, just continuous. Like, it feels like it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But, like, it's also very gentle, very subtle. You know, if anything, it might also be kind of airy, but I would classify it more like water, if anything. Michael Franks, right?
I haven't heard that, a lot of Michael I'll Franks definitely check it out.
Water, to me.
Oh, I think you'll like it a lot, Michael Franks. This guy's been trying to.
I've heard like, I've listened to some of Michael Franks' music. The one where he's like,
he's a genius.
You know the one where he's like in a closet or something. He's like,
no. Yes. I know what you mean. Yeah. Purple shirt, purple sweatshirt,
or something like that. Yeah.
No, but he's I always advocate for him because he's always like
he's so dope.
So cool to be like he's like he's a professor at UCLA in linguistics, and like he's like lyrically a genius. I don't know what the fuck. The chord progressions are crazy as well. Like gotta go listen.
He's considered, I think, an AOR, or at some point, you know, an AOR.
Definitely. That's like a soft rock kind of guy, you know. That's like a soft rock pop music.
Wait, Matt, weren't you the one who was like, I'm enjoying some yacht rock right now, and I'm like, what
it's
the fuck
yacht rock,
rock?
It's kind of similar to yacht rock, like AOR yacht rock. It's like can be bunched.
Yeah, your friend also texted me, and he was like, "Yo, you need to listen to yacht rock." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Shit. Yeah, dude, yacht rock is sick. Yacht rock is like a big foundation of like Earth, actually. Ironically, yacht rock is water, but water.
Earth.
Yeah,
yacht rock's a lot of fun.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, in terms of to answer your question, because we kind of got sidetracked. Was I think a good example, and this is something I listened to when I was making water, was Loose by Daniel Caesar. I think it's a good example. Though it's a bit more like fire, or like, I guess, like smoky, because they're using organs. Yeah, they're layering organs and synths, and that creates a really interesting texture. And also using they're playing with the volume a lot. It's like this thing called tremolo where you like automate the volume, so it goes.
Shit. Okay, I don't know what that is. Okay, cool.
Don't worry about it.
That's the technical side.
Yeah.
Tremolo?
But,
Did you say tremolo? Tremolo?
yeah. Tremolo.
Tremolo.
Tremolo. Yeah.
Tremolo.
Anyway, yeah, so Loose is a good example. What else is a good example?
I don't know, man. Finny, think of songs too. You look blanked out.
I'm thinking, man.
But it's not like, there's some songs that like capture one specific feeling, but then I really like songs that have different flavors, like different sections. Like the A section feels like a certain way, and the B section feels a certain way.
Yeah, I don't know about you. Like these days, I get really bored when I can predict the music and like how it's gonna progress, and I love it when I'm like caught off guard and it's like, oh shit,
Really?
Oh shit, like that's new. Like that's like a whole different thing. Because like I don't know, man, I get bored now. Like you listen to music and like you're just like 1, 2, 3 beat drop. It's like it's satisfying, but also like, what's new?
I don't know, man. I think that's why like a lot of stuff works is because it like I don't know, like so it's like following like a pattern. But like I do get it though that like when I hear something that's like a little unexpected, when something is like catches me off guard, I'll just be like, oh, it'll stick out to me more. But I feel like I don't know, like I like a lot of stuff that I like is like just like it's like a particular sound, you know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it.
Right.
It's just like oh, I like this is the sound that I like. Kind of, Yeah.
Like you shared a song with me the other day, Hematome, by Imperatrice.
Yeah, that was
whatever.
Yeah, that was
unexpected, Like
exactly.
Stuff like that is like I appreciate stuff like that because I'm just like oh shit, like the first like what Matt was saying. There's like a part A, part B, part C, whatever. Like they like keep on like changing it up. Like those songs are like amazing to me because I'm like, oh shit, there's like 3 songs in one. 3 feelings in one.
Yeah, that arrangement style was pretty big in like the 70s. Like,
really?
If you listen to like Steely Dan, like it's like their songs would start in a certain thing, and then like the B section would be like this almost simple but not like other thing, and then the C section, which is probably the chorus,
Yeah,
it's kind of like compositions, like when you go to like an orchestra and like not orchestra, but like like a symphony, and then like they in one song they have these parts and these progressions, and it's like a story, right? Like you might start off like in like a forest, like this traditional like very like European style symphonies, like you're like walking in the forest,
it's
very gentle, then like a wolf or something comes in.
It's a narrative. It's a narrative.
Yeah,
there's a narrative. Yeah, definitely. How they used to compose was there's like a arc, and like there's like sections to it. And I feel like in a way, those 70s songs kind of like mirrored that era.
Yeah.
Like they were like composing like, different
it's
elements
hard to
in one.
I feel like it's hard to sell that though. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to take in as like a That's true. Like even for me, like sometimes it's like, like I don't know. What do you guys think? That new Bruno Mars Anderson .Paak song, like it was crazy. It went through so many like changes, but it still had like a classic pop like funk soul song structure. But parts of it were like the first time I heard, I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck? Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?" Because it was like key changes and shit like that I don't really understand how it worked, but I was just kind of caught off guard. But at the same time, the song kind of was just like the song was kind of like it had like a pattern. It followed the genre of soul. Like it was a soul song with like, I don't know.
Right. Matt, go first. Do you have any opinions on the latest Bruno song?
Well, I love it. I mean, it's fucking awesome. Like,
it's beautiful.
It really made me happy. I listened to it like about 20 times the first time I heard it.
Yeah. Relatable.
Yeah. I love the chord changes. Like, I think they're just gorgeous. Like, I mean, it is just like major minor, but the way they did it was really nice. Like, and they used like, you know, very classic like 5/4 chords, like
Yeah.
But there were key changes. I noticed it was just like it would got like higher.
Wait, slow down, bro. We still the pre-chorus was also pretty dope, but it was a 1/4, and it was like, you know, it was like and then so he went like what was the melody again? Okay,
what part was this?
And then like, so if you're trying to lay in these arms, I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. I believe the door open. So like, yeah, like it was quite simple. That's a very common. Like if this was like the song the entire time, you know, that's its own thing.
It was
right?
anchoring the song. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing anchoring the song is this chord. So, or like this going here, which is very common in like a certain time. And then I think he goes like, I need you, baby. La 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 la.
Yeah.
And then he goes and off.
That's the part. That was the part that like got me. Was just like,
la 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 la.
yeah.
And then they go. So the final chorus is like a semitone up. So like
semitone up. Well, you know what that means.
La, 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 la. And then I'ma leave the door open. I'ma leave the door open. So we're in F sharp instead of, I mean, or I guess we're in D flat instead of C. Yeah.
Me and Mark are just like.
And then they do the C section. Like
they give birth to someone?
They do the C section in. Oh yeah. But they do it in like they do a semitone up, so it's like the entire song feels like it elevated again, which is super dope.
I'm a big fan of key changes, man. When a key change happens, I'm always just like,
yeah.
Oh.
It elevates them. David Foster was like a really big key change guy.
Who's David Foster? Like a 70s guy?
Yeah. Yeah, 70s, 80s, 90s even.
Really?
He just produces a lot. Yeah.
For a while.
What song are you guys singing?
You know it.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, right?
For a while.
After the love is gone.
Oh. Nice. I remember that song. That was it.
Just listening to Matt play piano.
And then he goes. Something happened.
Yeah. After my love is gone.
Right? And then. Woo! Let's go. Let's go.
I like how he's
That's the
hyping
shit,
himself
dude.
up.
I'm
No
not-
one's
I'm-
doing it. He's just doing it himself. He's like,
No,
Man.
I'm just saying. That's such a dope song. Like,
it is. It's one of those like perfect songs, in my opinion. Like some songs are just like made perfect. I was like that's just one of those,
I mean, it didn't happen like in like an hour or
Mm.
whatever, but like that took time. One, he wrote that, and then he gave it to Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then they did their own thing because like Maurice White,
What?
like
Wait. What? David Foster wrote that?
yeah, he wrote that. He wrote the key change. I mean, he didn't like key change. He wrote like the progression and the da 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 da. But he like I think he wrote it for Earth, Wind, and Fire, but he also has it on his album Airplay.
Okay.
It's like a different project, but they also do it but a different way. But I like the Earth, Wind, and Fire version better, to be honest. But like, yeah, like
Obviously.
it took a team. It wasn't like one. It was one person, but it was a lot of people. It was like a whole. Because Earth, Wind, and Fire, it like is one of the best. Like they have one of the best like rhythm sections ever. Like
Ever.
And it's just, everything just. They're just legendary, and like Maurice White and what's his name? I knew I'd forget his name. He had a mentor who was Ramsey Lewis. There we go. So Ramsey Lewis,
Gordon Ramsay. Yeah.
No, but it's fucking raw. So sorry,
It's raw.
It's fucking raw. So yeah. Ramsey Lewis was like, he was in I think Chess Records, and he because Maurice White, who is the guy who
Yes.
is like the brainchild, right? Yeah, like he was the drummer for Chess Records, and then he worked with Ramsey Lewis. No, it's not Ramsey Lewis. It's not Ramsey Lewis. My bad. But it's the guy who produced Ramsey Lewis.
Okay. Okay.
I'm butchering this right
Well,
now.
this guy's a nerd.
He knows a lot. He knows a
You
lot.
gotta do your homework.
This boy nerd.
I'm telling you, man. No, you gotta do your homework. So
You gotta do your homework.
that's the lamest thing I've
This guy's
said.
done his homework.
That's the lamest thing I've said.
Homework.
But
Yeah, no, but I mean, I want to say something about the Bruno Mars thing. I feel like Bruno. Okay, maybe we could talk about it. I'll talk about it from a non-technical perspective, but I think that that song to me is really good. First of all, I think it's like it's a good start to the album, but I think it could have been better in terms of catchiness.
shut the fuck
I was
up.
expecting
Really?
it should have been more catchy because I listened to it 20 times the first day and I couldn't remember the title, like straight up. I remember the door. That's it. I was like, is it keep the door open or leave the door open? And then I was like, how do I sing it? I forgot the hook. Like it wasn't like, to me, it wasn't like as catchy as other songs were, but it's like sonically like very good.
Perfect.
Obviously. Yeah.
I disagree with you a lot. I think, I mean, it's an adult song. I mean, it's not meant for kids to just like recite at like at like preschool or whatever. It's for adults, and it like elevate anyone, like people our age, like we're like, it's like, it's been happening. Like this kind of music has happened, and I'm happy that there's a lot more hope coming.
Wait,
It's not like a top
targeted
40
to kids though. Wait, no,
Is
it
it?
is.
Top 40.
Dude, if Bruno Mars is headlining it, it's targeted to be top 10.
How baller is that? How baller is that?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't know.
you
I
can-
think
No,
Bruno
it's
Mars
dope.
changed
It's dope, but
the
like
paradigm.
if Bruno is headlining it, right? There's like certain expectations that like there's like gonna be like it's like gonna be like cheesy / catchy / poppy, like those words,
But
Like,
that's
it's
the
not
thing,
like
though.
you hear it and you're like, oh yeah, like, and then like it's easy to sell, This is like easy to sell because I think it's the aesthetic and the like the sonic
personality.
like, smoothness about it.
Honestly,
Yeah, the personality.
the personality of Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars
Yes.
that's like a really big part of it.
The selling part
Yeah,
of this
for
song
sure.
in particular.
Yeah.
But they
that's why
sell
I'm
it
just like,
so
it's, to
good.
me, it's not as
They sell
catchy
it
or
so good.
poppy as I was expecting.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
wasn't.
yeah.
I don't want it to be that. I
Yeah.
was just expecting a different
But here's the thing, though.
like experience.
It's still like number like 4, I think, on like
It's
like
4
in terms of
It's 4,
Billboard
yeah.
or something like that. It's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
like the 4th most. But even when it's like it's not meant to, they didn't make it to sell.
Do you think so?
Really? Okay, I think they made it to sell, but they didn't compromise the artistry. Okay,
They
that
did-
sounds pretentious
no.
as fuck, but they
Okay.
didn't compromise the artistry to sell. Otherwise, they would have just made a catchy something that you would be like, oh, this is a fucking catchy 24 karat magic type shit. You know what I mean? But still, it landed number 24, and that's for me, it's
4.
the 4. That's to me, it's like the personality of the two and all of that, the aesthetics, the Lacoste
agree.
thing
It was
that
more
Bruno
so the
Mars was
clout.
selling.
Yeah.
The clout and the the
mean,
Grammy performance.
I think I think it's everything around the actual song itself that actually sold it more than the song itself.
yeah.
But it's just
That's my
you gotta
my perspective on it.
But they can. It doesn't matter if it does matter that it was success or whatever that means, and like having a song charting, like that's like great or whatever. And like, but it seemed to. I mean, it doesn't matter even my opinion because it's their fucking art, But like, they went all out because they can, and no one like legit like. I don't know anyone who else could have made a song like that right now.
True.
True. I agree. I agree with those statements.
True.
Yeah.
It's such a big budget sounding song. Like,
right. Yeah.
This is like there's a lot of people worked on this, and it was like a lot of like, a
lot of moving pieces.
A lot of moving pieces.
Yeah. I agree with you. I just think I was expecting something else.
You were expecting I feel that too.
Like from a marketing perspective, I thought like the first single that came out of this potential album, had to be like the banger, the catchy.
Yeah,
one.
it was gonna be a banger.
The pop, like every kid is like singing it like in town. This song is good. Obviously, that's why we're talking about it, and I love it. But I feel like it's not not like grenade accessible. I think
I'm gonna catch a grenade for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Not that it's bad. I like the fact that they're able to sell this really good song, and then they're like changing like the landscape a little bit. But I was just expecting something different.
Yeah,
that was my take.
This is sick though. Oh, I'm so excited for the rest of it to come out. Actually,
I know, right?
Oh my god,
I don't know when that is. When's that?
We don't know, but even the intro with like Bootsy Collins is like sick. It's like, well, hello, blaster of the universe, or some shit like that he says. And I was the first time I heard it, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be like
Bootsy's the best.
The
Bootsy's
most
so cool,
funky, fucking like cool, like suave music ever. And I was just like, oh man, like I was so hyped.
Shit's dope, man. I think if the whole album kind of like follows like that standard that they've set, it's gonna be really good.
Oh man. Yeah, he even said he was just like they were I saw one of the interviews and they were asking like, oh, like what did you guys want to make? And then Bruno was like, straight up, something that I make, and when it's done, like I won't be able to wait for people to hear it. Like that was he was like, I want to make something that like I just can't wait to show people. And that was like the standard that he aspired to, and then he did it, and it was sick, man. Like, oh fuck,
that's super inspiring.
Yeah,
but yeah,
dude, I can't wait.
but yeah. By the way,
we're hitting time.
We're hitting time.
Oh, we're hitting time. Okay.
We're hitting the time, man. Damn, what a conversation we have had. I don't know where to go from here. Matt, do you have anything to plug, I suppose, right now?
Plug, I guess, my EP. You can listen to it if you want.
Listen to it.
Yeah. Go listen to Water, guys,
Go
and
listen
also
to
if you have time, listen to Air and all his shit.
Oh shit.
All his shit. But he has finished with Water. It's already out now on just Spotify or Apple Music. What's
Apple,
the
yeah,
situation there?
All
all
streaming.
the streaming platforms. It's a topic on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Well, damn, man.
Right.
I guess we can close the conversation there today, but I'm really excited for people to go listen to this and go enjoy it as much as I did. Because I can tell you,
Nice.
like, I was listening to this while I was on a video call with other people. And I was like, guys, I'm going to mute you for a second and I'm going to go listen to this. And I was like making all the stank faces. I was like, oh,
What's this guy doing?
and everyone's like, Mark's making faces. Is he okay? And I'm like, yo,
I'm not.
I'm not okay. This boy did it again.
Thanks, man.
Dude, so congrats on making a great project once again. And, you know, well, before I thank you for being on the podcast, we have a tradition on this podcast to share some music. So if you have any songs that you want to recommend to, you know, the listeners, you know, the people in the music circle, please do share. Since we talked about Yacht Rock and my friend just recommended yesterday,
Ooh, Yacht Rock.
I just wanted to
Yeah.
to recommend Sailing by Christopher Cross.
Oh yeah, Sailing with Christopher Cross. Are you shitting me?
It's so lit.
Yeah. No, yeah. Okay, wait.
It's so sick, you know, it's sick. And another one, which actually, did I recommend this other day, Findy? Because this we're recording this quite recent. Fine, I'll go with The Heat by Jungle, which is also recommended from a friend.
Oh, that's the Will song.
Will song, yeah, Will recommend.
Nice.
Cool. Matt, do
Dude.
you have a song or two?
I got a bunch, but there's so many.
Go for it. You can do more than two. I don't care.
Go for it.
Cool Cat
He's
by
sick.
Queen was
Cool
like the
Cat
first.
by Queen.
Was the
Cool Cat.
first like AOR sounding song that I like listened to, and I didn't know how to describe that sound for like years.
It's also
And
by
then,
Queen,
yeah.
which is not. It's not a Queen
Queen, yeah.
sound.
Nothing else on the album sounds like it.
Yeah, it was
but
like
I would just listen to that song. It's super dope.
Yeah.
Um,
Anything else?
who else? Who's Right, Who's Wrong? Kenny Loggins. And yeah, if you listen closely in the chorus, Michael Jackson singing background vocals.
What?
Yeah. You can listen to it
of
now.
course.
I mean, or after, I guess. This thing
Yeah.
ends. Who else? Making Love, Herbie Hancock. It's on his
Herbie
album
Hancock.
Monster.
Really good. Yeah.
It's really good, really pretty. Just two chords,
Yeah.
but you know,
Very lush.
oof, it's the right umami. You know what I mean?
The right level of umami.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, it is not. That's Boogie, I guess. Okay, wait. I have so many, dude. Wait.
I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more to
more,
make you
okay.
think harder about it.
Oh, my song is bro.
Struggling. Well, I'll let you decide, Matt. In the meantime, I'll go to
Okay.
Findy. Findy, do you have any songs?
There you go.
Yeah, I got one. It's Got to Be You, Los Retros.
Okay.
Those
This is listening. It just
Is
Just
came
that a
one,
out.
or
Stone's
you got
Throw?
two?
Yeah, it's just one,
Is
man.
that it?
Just one.
Just
Just good.
one.
It's all good.
Wait.
All right.
Is
Back
that
to you,
like
Matt.
wait, is Lost Retros? Yeah, they're Stone's Throw, right?
I think so.
Okay,
I
cool.
think so.
I have to check it out.
Yeah. Stone's Throw.
I know they've been doing like they've not been because Stone's Throw was like originally like they did like Madlib, that was their guy, and
me
like
check.
after like you know J Dilla rest his soul passed
Mhm.
and stuff, and like just shit got weird, and then like they started doing like different things, and it's cool that they're doing AOR-esque sounds. I guess Marcos Valle, but that's like city pop. It's like MVP.
Yeah.
But then like it's like all the same thing because MVP and city pop were heavily influenced by like American music as well. So like the arrangements and stuff we were talking about.
Right.
I Want to Be Your Lover by Prince. It's not necessarily AOR, but like it's a great
I
song.
Want to Be Your Lover, Prince.
Sick.
Okay, I don't know if Los Retros is Stones Throw, dude. Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
I
It's
think
fine.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Thank you, Matt, for joining us once again. I know this will not be the last time that you'll be on Balcony Aux Chord.
This is when we don't know what to do. We'll be like, I'll just get Matt to come.
No. But like the thing is, like we talk from a place of just opinions, you know, and like just like as an observer. You talk it from like a very like
from
like,
an insider,
nerd, and like an insider who knows like the chords progression and stuff like that. So it's dope to like get like a very technical opinion in from time to time, you know. So
actually,
dude, thank you for joining us, and congrats again on a brilliant EP.
Can't wait for.
I look forward to hearing some good responses from the listeners, being like, "Oh, dude, thank you again for bringing on Matt Young." You know, spreading some good vibes and shit.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure, dude. Like, you guys seem like you just really love music, and you know that's super important. You know, and
hell yeah,
nice to just hop on a call and vibe.
Yeah,
hell yeah. Well, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Afindi. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're on Spotify. We're on every platform basically that has podcasts, and we're also on Clubhouse now, and also on Discord actually. So join
You're
all
Discord?
those things.
Yo,
on
I'm on Discord. I'll join
our
you guys.
link. Yeah, for anyone who you know.
Yeah, I'll link it in the video.
Our link is in Instagram and also this video. So
yes,
go do that. Anyhow, bye guys.
Bye.
Peace.
Bye.